Hello, everyone. Thanks for listening to Wake Up, Look Up, a podcast where we connect events happening in real time to the gospel of Jesus Christ. I'm Zach Weihrauch. In today's episode, we're asking, what's wrong with church? It's going to take me a second to get to that question, but let me just tell you what I was reading this week. It was actually an opinion piece in the New York Times, and it was on the topic of mattering, M-A-T-T-E-R-I-N-G, mattering. Mattering is a concept in psychology that says the key really to happiness, to self-fulfillment, to self-empowerment, to confidence, is feeling as though you matter. Mattering. A quick definition of mattering is that mattering is the combination of feeling value and adding value. In other words, it's other people saying to you, hey, you're valuable. You make our lives better. You make the world around you better. But it's also feeling deep down, kind of existentially, that that's actually true, that you can look at your life and see how you are adding value. And what the opinion piece was saying is that this is the key to happiness that maybe we're missing, is that knowing that other people value us and feeling that we are ourselves valuable actually leads to happiness. And the absence of those things actually leads to dissatisfaction. And look, I'm not an anthropologist or a sociologist, I'm a pastor. So let me tell you that when I read this article, what instantly clicked for me is this is the difference between happy church people and unhappy church people, or Christians who like their church and Christians who don't. I've been a pastor for 20 years, and in my experience, it's not the music or the preaching fundamentally that makes church exciting or worthwhile. It's actually mattering, because healthy church members are those who are in community, those who actually are caring and loving for other people, having them in their home and being in their homes, sharing meals, serving each other, sacrificing for each other, crying with each other, and celebrating with each other, because in doing that, you feel value. That's because people are telling you, thanks for being here, thanks for showing up, thanks for helping out. You're seeing the effect that you have on other people, and you're hearing it when they're telling you how much you're loved and appreciated and how much you're bringing to their lives. But what is also true about healthy church members is they can actually look at their church and see the difference that they're making. They can see the room full of kids or teenagers who are being loved and cared for because they're serving. They can look out at a congregation and see the people who are worshiping to the music they're playing or singing. They can see the people who feel safe and welcomed in an environment that is clean and well thought out because of the sacrifice and service that they are bringing. You see, God designed the local church to be a place of mattering, a place where you find meaning and purpose in participating in His work to reach people who do not know Him and to make them disciples. But it's also a place where you can hear others acknowledge your value, celebrate your gifts, appreciate your strengths, mitigate your weaknesses. You see, I want you to think that maybe if you're unhappy lately with church, it might not be the pastor's fault. It might not be the music or the vibe in the room. It might be that you've become a consumer. You aren't giving or adding value, you're simply taking. And as a consequence, whether you realize it or not, you are the one suffering for that. That's because psychology is simply agreeing with what the Bible has always said, which is the key to human happiness is to love God and enjoy Him by serving Him forever, feeling valued and adding value to the kingdom of God. After all, is this not the gospel? That Jesus shows our value by dying for us, but then calls us to a life of value when He gives us the Great Commission to go into all the nations and baptize those that we are leading to faith. Listen, if you're unhappy with your church, maybe you need to find your value. Maybe you need to take seriously God's call on your life to matter. Here's my guess. When you find your role and when you realize you matter, you will find maybe there really wasn't anything wrong with your church in the first place. Hey, thanks so much for watching this video. While you're here, we'd love to ask you to hit subscribe or to like so you get future content. If you listen to the audio version too, make sure you leave a review and a comment. That really helps. Consider sharing it on social media and helping us get the word out. And hey, while you're here, check out all the other content that Christ Community Chapel is putting out, including the videos that are around me right now.